That's obvious. Obstructive shock, first intervention. Start giving some fluids, trying to build that pressure up to get it around the obstruction to help circulate. Neurogenic, start giving them fluids to start filling the tank before we start squeezing them. Distributive shock, same thing. So if you're going to throw a dart at a board, you'd probably do pretty well to throw that fluid dart, because you're going to help at least in a variety of different types of shock. The only one I think fluids probably wouldn't be super helpful is cardiogenic, but if you said, Dennis, you're wrong, I would 100% believe you.
I think need some level of fluid cardiogenic shock case, but fortunately, we won't really, that's pretty complicated. Yeah. Fortunately, we probably won't have to deal with that. So,
yeah. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. So that absolutely makes sense. Start with fluids and then start worrying about the actual tension, or at least it'll help you suss out, is this a tension or is this just a hypotension problem? And that obviously goes with all our assessments. So when we talked last, when we first talked about chest management and the whole idea of giving fluids before decompressing the chest, we talked about the algorithm doesn't really lend itself to that because it's, massive hemorrhage, airway, respirations, then circulation, and as intelligent and as facile as we want our medics to be, and we, believe that our medics are, some are not, right?
Sure.
So they will doggedly follow the algorithm till the end, right? So we mentioned, how are we going to kind of fix this issue, especially when it comes to training, is how are we going to fix the March algorithm to kind of facilitate that transition?
No, that's a great point. Just the way I look at, the March algorithm, it sets up priorities of treatment for the medic to treat a casualty. And so we initially proposed maybe 6 to 12 months ago, switching around March, kind of changing up the alphabet. And we went through a couple different iterations, we initially went with should we change March to match, or it stands for transfusion? Yeah, you just got to change the meaning of them and stuff. But there's also other proposals out there. They think maybe resuscitation should start in massive hemorrhage. And then you just keep R, respiration, and then C, circulation, additional stuff. And then it's even kind of gone further. So now we're just kind of reviewing March in its entirety. And we're just really evaluating to see if everything that was added is really in the right spot. So pelvic binders, tourniquet conversion, and all these other factors, where they lie in the algorithm. Is this still relevant? Because initially March, it wasn't designed to be sequential like that, or the initial idea that it didn't really mean to have sequence to it. But over time, and I think training and the way military service members are trained, it kind of does become a sequence. So I think some intent probably got lost, throughout tonight. But that's why we're reviewing it now, to make sure that it's still meets, everybody's requirements and needs. But yeah, so that's an ongoing thing. And, there's lots of smart people throwing great ideas and forth, and probably more to follow on that one.
100% biased. I definitely like the idea of keeping it March. But
I'm biased too.